Greetings and welcome, brave citizens of our new world. I'm Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terawatt. This is our layer 3.0, and today is day 4 of our V.E.D.A challenge, V.E.D.A vlogging every day in April. Yep, forgot my ring. Hat. Somebody had asked why I'm wearing 4 rings on one hand. I used to wear 2 rings on one hand and 2 rings on the other. And then one day I wore all 4 of them on one hand so I could wear my glove on the other hand, and I decided to keep it up. I like the look. So, Steve and Krillic are making dinner right now. Just a quick update on things. I'm only going to be answering a few questions today, like less than normal, just because I'm really tired. Because we got started at the gym. Today was our first day at the gym to get me into better shape, and I am exhausted. It's not beast mode, it is pitiful human mode. that is where we were at. If you could create your own Power Rangers / Sentai team, what's your theme based around and what's your Ranger color? Lightning and white. There is a 65-page document compiling everyone's Channel Awesome stories, but short version, unfair firings, sexual harassment, broken promises, lack of communication, non-responsive to problems, workplace bullying. Okay, so this is in response to the hashtag change the channel stuff that was going on that I mentioned yesterday. I had a couple of people actually come forward and give me a lot of information with regards to what was going on. I still haven't read through a lot of the documents that are involved because I've been busy nonstop. Like, we got new equipment today, we got a bunch of other new stuff. I've also been going to the gym, then streaming, then this. So it's been just go, go, go all day today. Whew. It is unfortunate what's happening. I mean, I thought Doug Walker was the CEO at Channel Awesome, but apparently he's not, so it's some other person that's causing a lot of trouble, people screaming at each other and freaking out, a lot of sexual harassment that people knew about but didn't do anything because they just didn't want to stop the money coming in, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, I mean, if you look up on what's going on Twitter, if you check out Linkara's Atop the Fourth Wall website, there's more there. There's just, it's super unfortunate. Doc, your friend from Europe, Steve, said he's not a fan of America. What do you think other countries think of Americans? I hope to spend a lot of time traveling in the next 5 years. Oh, dude, I've got bad news for you. Here's the thing. A lot of countries aren't terribly fond of America for a multitude of reasons. Sometimes they would break into that country and kind of bully them around into doing certain things, and sometimes they would drop bombs on people, and sometimes, you know, Cold Wars or whatever would happen. It's not a lot of countries are terribly fan of America, so if you do decide to travel in the near future, I would suggest you do what a lot of travelers from America would do, and that's put a Canadian flag on your bag. PubG or Fortnite? Oh, dude, come on, Fortnite. PubG is... I've never played either of those games, but just watching places like Node play them, PubG was apparently like a mod which was put on DayZ, which was just another thing and another thing and another thing. And it's apparently buggy, and there's lag, and it's just bad, whereas Fortnite is someone took the exact same premise, cleaned it up a bunch, and just made it look better, and was like, okay, go. So if you like those kinds of games, then fine. I'm not a huge fan. I don't like having massive adrenaline spikes in my system, followed by getting shot by someone I couldn't see in a window 3 miles away. Any new fandoms you've gotten into as of recent? Fandoms? No, not a huge fan of fandoms, to be honest. But I have been getting into some anime and some games. I'm really interested in Vermintide 2. I'm actually very excited about checking that out, maybe picking it up and playing that on our stream. But I have been getting into some anime. There was My Hero Academia, Overlord, Ancient Magus's Bride. I've also been watching Letterkenny. Great show. If you had the opportunity to make a Dr. Terawatt animated series, what style of animation would it be? CG, cartoon, anime, chibi, claymation, etc. Well, it's funny you should mention that. We are actually looking to, fingers crossed, eventually grow our brand enough that we can start a series and get funding from the Canadian government to make a Canadian animated series that's supposed to go online, because apparently Canada's really looking to fund projects like that. The animation style that we were looking to do was going to be the CG animation that they use in Ruby. A couple of parts to that. One, I like how it's sort of a mixture between CG animation and anime, and I also like how much action you can fit into just the shorter episodes that they are creating. It's the action stuff that they have is very cohesive, and if they do the angling right, then it looks really exciting. And also, it's cheap. It's a lot cheaper to animate in that style than it is to do the anime, like just drawn animation or any other kind of animation. It's like, Monty was doing that show by himself for a long time. God rest him. He died due to a complication in surgery, from what I understand, but the series itself continues on, and the credits last for like 5 seconds. It's just voice actors and like a handful of animators and writers. So I'm very interested in trying that out. If we get enough money to get better animation than that, then sure. But I mean, that one's like, it looks good as well as it's also cost effective, so that's the idea. Hey Doc, quick painless questions. Are you getting hyped for this year's Con Bravo? Do you think you'll be a part of D20 Live again this year? Giant Pikachu has expressed an interest in getting another photo with you this year. How do you feel about that? On all of those things, I'm ecstatic. I mean, I'm hoping to be a part of D20 Live again, because I've always had a good time doing that part of the show at Con Bravo. Even another large uncomfortable picture with Pikachu, I wouldn't be against that. The thing is, though, I haven't been invited back by Con Bravo yet, and I think that's mostly due to the fact that the management, from what I'm told anyways, has largely changed. So a lot of the people that were running the con, a lot of the staff and everything, all stepped aside all at the same time, and there's a brand new cast of people that are running it. A new cast of people that may not yet be aware of me. I know that they had a poll on Facebook at one point to see, like, what would you guys like to see at our next con, and people were voting on who they wanted in, and I was getting more votes than some of the people that voiced Dragon Ball Z. So I'm flattered and excited to come back, because it's one of my favorite conventions, but at the same time, I haven't been contacted yet. Feel free to badger them, I guess. Are you ready for the Infinity War? Yes! Also, though, before I go see Infinity War, I want to sit down. Me and Hess have plans to sit down and watch through all of the Marvel movies that have come out. Not the television series, but just the films. Like, that's like Iron Man up to, I think, Black Panther. And we're just gonna, like, go through the whole series and try to, you know, get all that done, and then go see Infinity War and just see, you know, everything leading up to that, just the whole narrative so far. Oh, cardio's giving me a bad cough. Hey Doc, when you take over the world, will you stop sequels? Because please. Well, no! Sequels can be really good sometimes. Case in point, Spider-Man 2. But then there was Spider-Man 3. Crap. If your new health regimen includes walking, what will you do while walking? I've seen a few people vlog and walk and find that rather interesting, though you are welcome to do other activities like games or music. Well, so same we're going to be just using the gym that's in the basement of this building here, mostly for our exercises, but some of the vlogs that we're doing may not be in the lab answering questions. Some of them may be in the field answering questions, or just in the field doing stuff like cooking or whatever else we decide to do for that day. I may not always be available here during the month of April. As a man of science, I'm certain that you believe in evolution. Do you think that human beings could one day biologically evolve further? I'm not talking about mutants with powers, something more realistic. Funny thing, Daily Scripture, we are actually in the process of evolving right now. It's a thing that never stops happening. Through each generation, every time, you know, children happen, it's like we take a bit of genes from the mom, a bit of genes from the dad, and then there's some dice rolling that's done there by just life in general. So human beings continue to evolve, not only just through their genealogy, but also to react to their environment. A lot of humans will evolve within their own generation to react to whatever serious environmental hazards are currently happening to them, if they survive those hazards at all. Which I think is fascinating, because it's like, if you're living in a place that's really cold, you'll start to adjust and sort of change, even on a genetic level, to react to that, to be able to survive that cold, to burn more calories and to put on more fat and stuff like that. It's so cool. The flip side is, unfortunately, because we are very commonly not challenged by our environment anymore, people are getting soft, and we're kind of evolving in a bad direction, I would say. If you could get rid of one YouTuber you hate, who and how? Logan Paul. And I think I might go hang him in the woods. So that's all the questions we're going to be doing for today. I am starving, so I am going to go have me a big old bowl of spaghetti. And thank you, everybody, for sending in your questions. If you've got more questions, or if I didn't answer you, I'm sorry. Just leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll try to get to them more tomorrow. And until next time, brave citizens, I'm Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terawatt. This is our Layer 3.0, and I will see you again later on V.E.D.A tomorrow. End of line.